Jim Norton is not a doctor. He's not an expert. He's not even a good person. The views, opinions, advice, and humor of Jim Norton does not reflect those of any doctor, of SiriusXM, of Opie Radio, or anyone else. They are solely those of Jim Norton, Lyle Chipperson, Edgar Mellencamp, Paul Hargis, and whoever else lives in that chinless head of his. If any of this advice goes wrong, you are the asshole who called a comedian instead of a doctor.
An icon in comedy, a fighter for freedoms, an accomplished entertainer, and a pervert. You've got problems, he's got problems. You've got questions, he's got answers, some of which are good. Call now, 866-WOW-1-WOW. That's 866-969-1969. This is the Jim Norton Show.
Oh, a fine afternoon to everybody who is listening. I appreciate it. I never get sick of the Ropers theme. It's literally my favorite piece of music. I even like that more than anything Sabbath has ever done. The Ropers theme song. I guess where to start. I'm really, really tired today. I only got, probably over the last 2 nights, I've gotten maybe 4.5 hours of sleep. 5 hours maximum. I'm going to bed at a decent hour, but I'm in this rut where I'm just watching porn and texting with people and playing online chess. And like that does something to the signal in your head. I don't know exactly what it does, but it gets your brain in a weird place. You know, something fires. Because then I just lay in bed, my brain's like, I'm like, fuck it, I'm wide awake. So I'm trying to not do that as much, but it's hard not to. You know, when you're home and somebody wants to play in chess and you have your computer. I'm in that age group, I'm 47, where the computer is still such an amazing thing to me. You know, if you're 20 and you grew up with it, you probably don't give a shit. And I shot my pilot yesterday. It's called a pilot presentation. It's what happens is it's something for the network to present to the executives. And I hope that they like it, but it went so much better than I thought it was going to go. Like the first show went great and the second show was just phenomenal. So if they don't do anything with it and they decide that I'm not for them, at least I won't regret what I did. Like I won't look at it and go, I sucked. Like I know I did very, very well. So if they don't like it, it's absolutely, it's out of my hands. And when you screw something up, then you start panicking like, oh, I'm a hunk of shit. Why didn't I do it right? But there are those times where I hate to say you did the best you can. But I know I did it well. So hopefully they will enjoy it. And if they don't, well, I'll be bummed, but I won't doubt myself. Bryce in Texas, what's up?
Hey, Jim, big fan here, man. I saw you in House of Blues in Dallas.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it was an awesome show. My girlfriend hates you, but I love you.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, definitely. I laughed my ass off. Hey, I was curious who you thought is the best living comedian as of right now.
It's a tough question, man. I mean, there's so many great, brilliantly funny guys. Dave Attell is a great comic. Colin Quinn is probably my favorite working right now. Chappelle is such a great comedian. You can't deny Chappelle is one of the funniest guys in the business. Louis is a great it's really, really a tough question, dude. I would if I had to take the one, for me, it would be between a Colin and Attell. But, you could say Chris Rock or Chappelle, and that would be a great thing to say, too. You know what I mean? It's like, that's a really, really hard question.
I kind of thought you were going to go more old school, like Don Rickles or something.
No, Rickles is very funny. And I love Don Rickles, and I respect him, but he doesn't make me laugh as hard as Dave Attell does. He doesn't make me laugh as hard as Colin does. Oh, right. But, no. But I still have tremendous respect for Rickles. I think what Rickles did was harder than what a lot of us do today. Because he was doing really, crowd work, making mafia jokes to Sinatra in front of the mafia,
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
It's a different style of humor that I like than that per se. People always compare me to Rickles, like you sound like Rickles, but I think that's just because of my head and my voice. But he was never ever a creative influence on me. But I do admire him a lot. And when I've met him, he was great. He's like, you do me better than I do me, because I guess I look and sound like him, but he was never a creative influence. But thank you very much. That's a good question, and I wish I had a better answer for you.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. Love the show.
Bye, mister. What's up, Mark in New Jersey?
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. So I've been married now for 6 months, 28 years old. And, ever since me and my wife were living together, I don't know. I don't feel like, I want to have sex with her anymore.
Why? Does she not like what she used to like, or do you don't have any kids with her?
No. Yeah, it's just us. But I don't know. It's just I feel like I see her all the time now. It's not as like sexy, like before we got married. Like we didn't live together, so we'd see each other mainly like on the weekends and stuff. And we'd go out, drink and come back. It was hot. Now it's just like it's all domesticated. We're brushing our teeth, getting into bed. It's not sexy.
Yeah, that kind of sucks, dude. That's what married people always complain about. So why don't you talk to her about it and just see if you guys can change that? Can't you do something to change it?
I kind of tell her like, hey, because she knows, like she still wants to have sex with me. Like she still, kind of like, puts her hand down there and she makes the moves, and I'm just like, I'm not feeling it.
Well, what is it you'd want her to do differently?
I don't think I just want her to do anything differently. It just like now that it's like it feels like they're so domestic. Like I just feel like I see her like all the time now. It's just like I don't know.
Well, maybe that's it then. Maybe it's just that there's no more challenge, and like you already see the ceiling. Like okay, this is the woman I'm with, so you don't have to get her anymore. Maybe that's part of the problem. I've never been married, dude, but people do say that's a big problem. Is you get married and all of a sudden you're like, ugh,
I really don't want to cheat. Like I do get like approached a lot, and it's just like it's hard. Like I don't feel like necessarily she's doing anything wrong. It's just like I figured I'd always be in a situation where I would be married, but I didn't think like things would change that much.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just your mental state of mind too. Like she may be the same person, but, you just know that you're married to, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah. Well, I wouldn't go out and cheat. Give it some time, dude. Give it some time to get used to it and stop panicking.
All right.
Give it some time. Put a miniskirt on her. Do something perverted.
All right. I'll give it a shot.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Brian in Alabama. What's up?
Jim, congratulations on the show and all your specials, man. They're great. You look great. You're healthy. God, you got me eating Nutra Ninja drinks and shit in the morning, smoothies and.
Oh, good. Well, I hope the show goes somewhere. I can't be congratulated yet. I'm just happy that it's.
Well, I mean, I think it's going somewhere. I mean, you're turning bad experiences into advice for other people that need it. So it can be a bad thing. But hey, look, here's my situation. It's been a while. I'm talking to this sexy girl. But her friends told me she's not a prostitute, but she has turned tricks before.
Right.
Which kind of, and I just read in the newspaper, Alabama was number 1 in the nation for STDs just about a month ago. And so I know me too well sexually. When I started having sex, I'm all over the place. I'm eating pussy and ass and sucking toes and fingers, and I wear a condom. But then it's like, what's the point of a condom if I have my face, in her asshole? Is it just a 50-50 risk? I mean, if I'm even scared, should I just? But I don't know, man. What do you? The risk factor.
Well, why don't you ask her to see your paperwork? You could probably do that with a regular girl. Like, if a girl who hadn't turned tricks, you would probably want to see paperwork on anyway, right? And she'll want to see it on you.
Yeah, well, this girl's we are on two different sides of the tracks. I'm a middle-class white boy. She's very ghetto, lives in the hood, but really wants a man. She's really damn sexy. So if I say, let me see your papers, she what fucking papers? I don't know what you're going to say.
Well, you should say that. You should say that it's one of those things where, hey, with any person, I like to, make sure that we're both okay and show. She would be an idiot if she was angry at that. If she turned tricks, she should understand that.
Right. Because, and it even worried me more when her friend told me she was only charging $50, and the girl's, she's only 20, but beautiful, gorgeous.
She sounds awesome,
like
dude.
$50? She is undercharging if she's doing that, but okay. Well, yeah, Papers. Papers sounds a way to go.
She sounds awesome.
All right.
Yeah, just look at her results. That's all.
Good. Well, all right, Jim. Well, good luck with everything, brother, and good luck.
Goodbye. Hello, Lady Di in New Jersey.
Hey, hi. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Okay, listen, I wanted to find out something. Maybe you would know about this. Is there any truth to me taking over Sam's old shift? You know, the 12 to 2.
Do
Do you know anything? Do you know anything about that? Because it's all over Twitter and stuff.
How did you hear about that?
Well, I have Twitter on my phone.
Oh, I got to be honest. You never cease to amaze me.
Well, no, it's not. You know, I mean, somebody actually showed me an article from the New York Post.
Oh.
All right. I mean, I don't know if there's any truth to that. All right.
Well, let's just say this. If there were, I'm not at liberty to say. Until maybe, if contracts are discussed, I'm not allowed to interfere with that. So for legal reasons, I can't comment.
I was just wondering if Opie, announced it on the air or something like that I was going to be, taking over that shift. I have no idea.
Well, have you been talking to Sirius Management?
Well, no.
Have you been lobbying for a show? Obviously, you've been talking to the upper management at Sirius. So you tell me what's going on.
No, I have no idea what's going on. All I know is people on Twitter are telling me, okay, all right, people that listen to the show and everything like that. I can't listen to the show because I don't have XM. All right, they're telling me that it was on there, saying that I'm going to take over Sam's old spot. Well,
Sam is probably pretty angry that he was kicked out of that spot, and it does make sense.
Angry. He likes being on nights.
All right, you tell yourself whatever you want. Well, if you're going to do that spot, good luck to you. I'm not allowed to talk about that, Di. I got to say that it's between you and management, okay? I'm not permitted to comment on that.
Okay, all right.
Not until the contracts are signed.
I just thought that maybe you know anything about that.
Well, even if I do, I'm not allowed to confirm it or deny it.
All right, okay. All right.
Goodbye.
I love you. Bye-bye.
I love you too, Di. Thank you. Joe in Kansas. Ladies and gentlemen, it just doesn't... it never ceases to amaze me, Lady Di. Yes, Joe. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, thanks.
So, I've been dating my girl for like 3 years, and I'm always the one that has to negotiate. At first, I didn't have to negotiate sex at all. Now it's like, I almost feel creepy because I'm the only one negotiating it, so I wonder if they can help me out.
Well, what does she do? Like, you try... if you don't start it, she'll never start?
Never. She will. She'll be like, oh, there was your chance. Oh, like, I'm like, what? Like, I don't want to say never. There's some points where she will, but I can never, like, it doesn't happen often enough to, like, be even, I guess. I don't know if that's the right way.
Yeah, that's annoying, too. You don't always want to be the one who starts it. Sometimes you want the woman to start it. Is she dominant or submissive sexually?
Submissive.
Oh, yeah, of course. Now, did you tell her that you wanted her to start it once in a while? What'd she say?
Well, yeah, I mean, I brought it up, like, I'm like, well, I brought up, like, I was like, oh, I feel kind of, creepy sometimes because I'm like, I feel like, I'm forcing you to have sex or something like that. And she just, like, not even freak out, but she's like, no, it's not it at all. She's just like, she's a little heavier, so she's kind of like, she doesn't feel like she's comfortable in her body, she says, so, like, she brings that up a lot. But I'm like, no, I love you, for other stuff, and, that's, I don't know, it just gets kind of frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to be the one to always have to initiate it. You should ask her to start initiate it. Tell her you want her to. And then the first time she does, smack her hand and say, get away from me, fatty. Get your fat hands off me.
Is there anything? What's that?
Well, just tell her what you want, man. That's always the best way to do it. You know what I mean? Let her know that that's what you want. And
is there any way to do that, like, during sex, so it's not like... Well, I mean, like, would you suggest doing it during sex or, like, just casually, like, talking about it? Because I know there's definitely two ways of doing it, like asking her about it.
I would talk about it outside of bed. This way she doesn't feel pressure in the moment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But, you can talk to her about it in bed, or if you want her to put her pussy on your face or whatever, or be a bit more dominant. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So, sometimes you got to lead somebody a little bit. That's all. Yeah. You just got to lead them a little bit.
All right, look, Jimmy. Well, thank you very much, man. Big fan.
All right, brother. Good luck.
All right, thanks.
Hey, what's up, Sean in Long Island?
Taking my call. Called you a couple of weeks ago, actually. Been seeing this girl for a very brief amount of time, but she's cool, and things seem to go well, but she's very insecure and has low self-esteem about herself, and we're still kind of dating. We're not like in an official committed relationship. I'm not seeing anyone else, neither is she, but we haven't really made it official, but her insecurities and self-esteem issues have caused already 2 pretty big major fights that were initiated by her.
And how long are you dating her?
I mean, a couple of weeks, a month maybe. I mean, it's really early for any of this stuff to be happening. So, I like this girl, but she constantly twists everything I say, every little word I say, she's taking the wrong way. If I text her, verbally or even through the phone, she just takes it and she twists it the wrong way. I have to constantly reassure her that I'm interested and that I like her. And, we had 2 blowouts already. One was last weekend. I left her house at 4 a.m. because she's so scared and nervous, and she doesn't, she's not used to being in to meeting someone that she likes. And, she's so nervous and scared about me and how things are going that she, I guess, kind of pushes men away. And that's kind of what she did to me last week. And she literally just tore me apart for no reason, like 3:30 in the morning. Just got done having sex, and she was just freaking out and just tore me up for no reason.
She bipolar?
And, I don't know. I've kind of talked to her. I'm a pretty level-headed guy. I've dated a lot. I was a psych major. Not that I'm trying to psychoanalyze her, but maybe I have a tendency to do that.
Sure.
But it was pretty nasty. And I like I said, I got pissed off. I left. I didn't really want to talk to her again, but it was the first time it happened. I gave her the benefit of the doubt. And I said, you know what? Maybe it was a one-time thing, even though internally in my gut, I knew that this would probably happen again. So, we kept seeing each other. And then last night she came over. She worked late. And she was upset because she called me earlier in the day and she didn't think I was excited when she called me. And
yeah, you know what, dude? I know what you're saying. Look, that drives me nuts. We're all a little insecure. We all need the occasional pat on the back, like, hey, I care about you, I love you. But those fucking emotional tampons, and it's the worst. And they come over and they pick fights at you in 3 a.m. when you got to get up for fucking work in the morning. Drives me ballistic. So you got to lay down the law, because I think it's reasonable to go, look, if your insecurity keeps interfering and you keep starting shit, I'm just going to end this relationship. Like, why? Who needs that shit?
I agree. That's kind of what happened last night. It keeps coming up and it keeps manifesting itself into this physical argument. And she's picking fights. And I said, I don't want to keep having arguments with you at 2 a.m. I got to work. I got shit to do. So I got pissed off and I told her to leave. And I was like, look, I don't want to do this with you. This is not going to work. I like you, but clearly you're not okay enough with yourself that shit between me and you can work out. And she's like, no, it's not a pattern. And I'm like, yeah, obviously it is. So I sent her packing. I just want to make sure I'm making the right move. My gut and my experience in life tells me that this is probably something that won't work. Right. I just wanted to hear what you thought about it.
Yeah, I don't know the girl, but it definitely sounds like a pattern, and those are the worst. When girls start to get into that fucking crazy, the ones who always start with you know early on if someone's going to pull that shit. And,
right.
Usually, maybe give her one more shot at doing it, but if it happens again and it's unreasonable, just dump her.
All right, man. I'll try it one more time. Thanks, bro.
Good luck, you little doll. Let's see here. Mark in New York wants to get a massage. What's up, Mark?
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing?
Great, how are you?
Good. I want to get like a real massage, no funny business or anything.
Sure.
I never had one. Do I ask for a girl or a guy? Is it gay to ask for a guy?
No. If you want a legit massage and you don't want to be sexually aroused, and if a guy won't sexually arouse you, no, that's not gay at all to say, I want someone who won't sexually arouse me.
Okay. And what do you wear? Like just underwear?
Now, will they cover you with something? You know, maybe they have a towel or they have sheets that they wrap around you. If you go to a spa, a legitimate place, they'll cover you probably.
All right. Okay. I just didn't know if it was gay to ask for a guy, so I better not get aroused. Huh?
No.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Okay, buddy. Let's see here. How about Ryan in Florida?
All right.
How are you?
Hey, Jimmy, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Recently I had gone home to visit my brother, and he works at a strip club, and ended up meeting a dancer there, and we hit it off pretty well. We exchanged phone numbers. I didn't really think anything of it. And we started talking, and I'm kind of skeptical about dating a stripper. I don't know as far as trusting them, if it would work long distance or not.
Yeah, long distance stripper's a tough relationship.
You know, she's doing it only to go through school, and she's like, I don't even like doing it. And she's like, I have to drink just to get through, the day.
They all say that. They all say that. I hate doing it, and I drink. They drink all night. They're like, I'm just drinking to get through it. And some of them that might be true, but look, dude, just take it slow with this one, and realize she might be bullshitting you, and that might be who she really is, and that's her life, which is fine if you can handle it. Or maybe she is being truthful with you. Just don't 100% go, yeah, she's being truthful, and you might get let down. Just take it with a grain of salt, as we say.
Well, I mean, she's flying out to see me, so I mean, she's paying for an airline ticket, so I take that as a good sign, I guess. I mean, she's not asking me to pay for it, and I mean, we hit it off great, like on the phone and stuff, and she really, really, like I said, wants to meet me. I'm just very, kind of skeptical about, does she do all strippers act like that, or can I, could there actually be a stripper out there that actually has a good conscience and wants?
Oh yeah, a lot of them. Sure, of course, a lot of them. Yeah, of course. So, it's just her job. So, I give it a shot. I mean, she's willing to come out and bang you. What are you going to lose? Just give it a shot and don't put your whole heart into it. Just enjoy it.
All right. I just want to get your thoughts on it. Appreciate it. I love the show, and hopefully you'll come out to Fort Lauderdale soon.
Thank you, man. I am actually going to go there probably in January or February.
Looking forward to seeing you.
Thanks. Joe in Oregon, what's up?
I'm a big fucking pervert, and
welcome to the club, Joe.
Well, I like my wife fucking other guys.
Okay.
And and there's this new guy that she's fucking, and she tells me what a really nice cock he has and what a good fuck he is and all this, and part of the deal is that I'm involved in some way. I get to be there or FaceTime or whatever, because I also truck. I'm on the road a lot, so I want her to, experience pleasure when I'm not there and stuff. So that's part of it. But the part that's getting difficult for me is that I also get jealous at the same time.
Yes,
there's some kind of weirdness going on with me where, like, I want her to get, it turns me on. I fucking jerk off and shit and come really fast, and she tells me about it, and. Or like if I'm FaceTiming with her while she's doing it, I fucking come really quick, and hard and stuff. And then I kind of get jealous about it later on when the excitement's worn off or whatever. And I need to.
You get what they call buyer's remorse. It's buyer's remorse, where as soon as you blow the load, you're like, oh no, you just want her to stop and tell them to leave. I understand. Part of it, the jealousy is it's something. Like there's a lot of times, dude, that's the same feeling I would get, that jealous, that pit of in the stomach feeling. And sometimes that's part of the turn on. It's just we are feeling something. It's not numbness. So I don't know if that's the only turn on, but how is she when you tell her you're jealous?
Say that again.
How does she react when you tell her you're getting jealous?
She's like, well, I can stop if you want. She really, is empathetic about it. She doesn't want me to. She assures me that I'm number one. She loves me, and it's all about hey, if this is going to hurt something with us, then it's over today, right this second.
Well,
so
that's good. That's good. At least you have the option of telling her to stop or asking her to stop if you don't want her to do it.
Yeah, and that, and the weird part about that is that kind of feeds into I guess like that. You have that inner self that fucking hate yourself. And that kind of comes out with me where I go, you know, what a fucking asshole I am, you know? I mean, I tell her it's okay and, you know, set it all up and all this and fucking come like a madman and, you know, and then at the same time, you know, I tell her that I get a little jealous and then she understands that and says it's over, and then I fucking hate myself because look what a great woman I have, and you know what I mean?
It's like you're setting yourself up. Yeah, instead of just enjoy it, just realize, look, what we're doing is perverted. She's willing to stop. It turns me on. It turns her on. It's fun. What's the harm in it? Like, think about it. It's like you're swingers in a way. What's the harm in it? Like, you don't need to take it and club yourself with it. Like, if you really enjoy it and she really enjoys it, there's no reason to feel guilty or bad about it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I think that's like, you know, years of society fucking telling us, you know, it should be one-on-one and, you know, this is the way you have married sex and all that. And we're like way outside of those lines, you know, because we're also thinking about doing swinging and this kind of thing. And, you know, like I said, I'm a big pervert and she's a fucking pervert too. And, you know, that's kind of what makes it work for us a lot.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
Yeah, don't make yourself feel terrible about it. If you don't like it, then you stop it. But if you're both enjoying it and you know that she's willing to stop and she puts you first, just enjoy it. There's no reason to be fucking silly about it. Have fun. If the Bible was written when there was Facebook and Twitter, I'm sure a few of the commandments would have been different.
Yeah, you know what? That's great advice, Jimmy. I appreciate it.
All right, enjoy. Let's see here. Frank in Brooklyn. Oh, Frank was better. Hey, Frank.
How you doing, pal?
Good. How are you?
I'm trying to get out of my. All right. So I met this chick. I'm starting to realize it might be a guy, but she's really hot. She had huge tits, and I don't know. I want to make a move on her. I don't know what to do.
Well, what do you mean you met her? Have you gone on dates with her?
We met driving. I was driving a couple of days ago. I don't know. When I looked over at her, we pulled over. We switched numbers. I started talking to her. She started sending me pictures of him, and she asked if I was married. I said, yeah. But I don't know, something about her. She seemed, you know, like half black, half, I don't know what she is.
Sure.
But I don't know how I would approach her. Do I go out with her and then find out? You know, I don't know what to do.
Well, has she sent you any nude photos?
The top, yeah. She sent me titties and shit, but nothing else.
Oh, but not the pussy.
Not the big cock or the little vagina.
Well, you know, I mean, would you still want to fuck her if she was trans or no?
I'm not sure, man. Or she seemed really cool, though.
Why don't you just go out with her and see what happens? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to make that decision right now. You don't want to say to her, hey, are you a tranny? You know, because there's no good answer to that. Like, if she is, she's going to be bummed that you noticed. And if she's not, she's going to be like, what? Like,
I was talking to her, Jimmy. I had a fucking hard on, like I haven't, like a little 14-year-old boy again.
Yeah, it's perverted. It's, you know, you're meeting somebody who doesn't care that you're married. I mean, that's part of the hot part about it is the fact that you just met her randomly. Yeah. So, what's that?
I'm almost taking it out once she was talking to me.
Yeah, I know that instinct, man. So you don't have to make a decision right now. Just fucking enjoy talking to her.
Yeah, I'm going to
see what happens
tonight. I'll let you know how it goes, man. Thanks
yeah, please do. Enjoy it. And if she's a tranny, then fucking, you know, be a team player. Blow her first. Show her that you care. All right?
All right, Jimmy. Thank you.
All right, buddy. See ya. Hey, what's up, John in Texas?
Jimmy, how you doing, man?
Great. How are you?
Hey, I'm a big, lifelong Sabbath fan, and I'm planning on going to this final tour, flying out to Vegas, and I got a possibility of getting a VIP meet and greet, and I just want to know, you know, I haven't done that situation before, and I just don't really know what to say or ask in the 30 seconds or a minute of which I'm going to estimate it's going to probably have with the guys. Want to know, like, I just don't want to come across as a total douche fanboy. You know, what's a good thing to say or ask in that situation? And then maybe just give me some of your thoughts just about the whole end of the Sabbath adventure here.
Well, here's what you say. When you walk up to each one of them, you should say, album by album, can you walk me through your feelings at the time? What was your mood? No. Here's what you have to realize with people like that. In a quick 30-second meeting, you're not going to say anything that has impact on them. And it's nothing to do with you, and it's nothing to do with them being rude. It's just they're meeting a lot of people, and they're grateful that you're a fan. But if they gave true, like, oh, let me talk to you for a few minutes, and there's 100 people there, it's hard for them to do that. So basically, you just say whatever it is you'd want them to know. What they do with it doesn't matter. You're not going to make an ass out of yourself if you're like, hey, look, I love you. They've heard that. Nothing you say is something that they haven't heard. That's the thing that we all try to do, is we try to find the unique thing that we can say that will make us stand out. And it just doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, I had met those guys a shitload of times. I had interviewed them a bunch of times before they really even started remembering me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the first time I interviewed them, I think the second time I saw them, like Tony and Bill, they might have recognized me, but not, oh yeah, all right, you know, no impact whatsoever. You know, so in a 30-second, it's really, really hard to have an impact. Just realize that I've done radio shows that people do, and I don't remember them. I've been on their show. That it's nothing personal. Tell them you love them. Tell them that their music means a lot to you. They'll say thank you, and they'll mean it, and then just move on. And how do I feel about it? It's probably, look, Tony's got cancer, so, you know, I think it's getting really hard for him to keep up the tour schedule. So I just hope that his health is okay. And, you know, I wish Bill was back. Like, you know, Tommy's doing a good job, but, you know, I miss Bill Ward just because I missed the original four, but I'm still going to go see them anyway. They're amazing live.
Yeah, just a quick follow-up question about Bill. Do you know anything from the inside about why he's not in the tour? Is it something with Sharon, or what's the deal?
No, everybody blames Sharon. And the bottom line was, I think, and the guys have all said this publicly too, but, you know, Bill, this is their side of it, was, they were going to give him less money. And the bottom line was, they felt like, look, you know, Bill doesn't even play when we're not playing. And this was their argument. Like, you know, we're out there, Ozzy's like, I'm out there doing gigs and whatever, and Bill doesn't even play. Now, that may not be true. I don't know. But, no, that's not a Sharon decision. You know, Sharon may advise Ozzy, but Sharon can't tell Tony Iommi what to do. You know, Sharon doesn't tell Geezer Butler what to do. She just, you know, she's Ozzy's manager. So, you know, Tony has a manager, so does Geezer, and so does Bill. You know what I mean? And Tony Iommi is Tony Iommi. He's not going to be bossed around by anybody. So I think that, you know, it's a money issue with all of them, and now it's gotten a little bit of pride's involved. But whatever, man. I just hope that they talk it out because they're such old friends. I'm sure they could bury the hatchet and finish out together.
That would be awesome. I'm looking forward to the show, too. Hopefully, if they don't tour anymore, so maybe they can do just like in residency things where we can go see them.
That would be lovely. Thanks very much, buddy.
Yeah. All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Let's see here. Lee in Florida.
A little background information for you. I was a wannabe doctor, so I know different things between men and women in terms of their bone structure and their hands, things like that. A friend of mine gets into a relationship, and I tell the guy, this is not a girl, it's a guy. And he goes, no, it's got breasts, it's got the vagina, it doesn't have an Adam's apple. And I explained to him, you can do all those procedures nowadays, but you can look at the hands, you can look at the hips, you can look at certain structures. Anyway, at the end of the day, he finds out from her, he asks her, and she admits to being, yes, I was once a male, but I'm fully a girl now. I always felt to be a girl, blah, blah, blah. And I said, as far as I'm concerned, he was raped. No. Am I stupid?
No, you're not stupid, but I don't think he was raped because rape is an act of force and power. Like, the difference is, like, she lied to him about something. Let's just say she lied about her intentions. Let's say she said, I love you, but she didn't love him. Was he raped? Let's say she was married and didn't tell him. You know what I mean? Or let's say every guy that is married and lies to a girl just to fuck her. Is he raping that girl by lying to her? People lie to get laid. It's not the right thing to do. But lying and rape, I think, are very separate things. I think rape is a really harsh term to put on that. Deceptive and shitty, yeah. But he had the warning and he did it anyway. And even if he didn't have the warning and had no idea, he was just deceived. And I think deception is shitty, but I do not equate it at all with rape.
I appreciate your answer. I'll think about treating her or it differently.
yeah, it's a her. Or if it's just a him who is a her, who, you know, whatever. But, you know, that's a hard life to live, so, you know.
do like each other. I mean, they kind of make a good couple. It's funny as hell that they do make a good couple.
That's all that matters.
You know, if you know what you're getting into, I guess you're fine. But to me though, it was just done under false pretense, and it was just morally wrong, I guess.
Oh yeah, you can say that, sure, but rape is a harsh one, right?
Yeah. All right, my friend.
Goodbye, Lee. What's up, Jen in Pennsylvania? How are you?
I'm all right. I wanted to get some advice from a man that will not sugarcoat anything, so I figured I'd call in.
Okay.
I was heavily pursued by a man. I wasn't really into the idea of being in a relationship. I'm more, independent, educated female, and just wasn't really looking for anything, but he came into my life, and we ended up dating for 6 months, very serious, hanging with each other's families, really a serious situation. And he brought up the idea of getting engaged. What kind of ring do you like? Show my sister. I never brought up those conversations. And 3 weeks after that conversation, out of nowhere, he's like, I don't want this anymore. So I'm just curious, and he will not elaborate. He swears that there's nobody else, but he just won't say, I got scared or nothing. So I was just curious if you could help me out.
Well, again, maybe I don't know the guy, but sometimes people just get scared and panic, or sometimes they just change their mind. Sometimes it's the thrill of the hunt and the idea of it. And then when it's right there, it's like, oh, no, I don't want that. There could be 50 reasons why he backed out. But if he's backing out and he's backing out, you don't really even need to know. Just accept the fact that for whatever reason, he's backing out. You can either believe his reason or not. It doesn't matter.
All right. Makes sense to me, Jim. Thank you.
All right, Jen. Take care.
Yeah.
All right, goodbye. Another Jen in Michigan. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi.
Hi. Hey, so a couple weeks ago, I was doing it with my husband, and he made me squirt. And I've done it a couple of times, and one time it was like the porn stars. It was like a lot. And it kind of weirds me out a little bit. And I don't know, what about squirting turns the guy on?
It's just something different. It's warm, and it's proof that we're doing a good job. And, you can have it in your face. It's a very visceral experience. It's a very tactile thing. You don't have to wonder if she's coming. She's shooting it all over you like a fucking fire hose. It's phenomenal. Let him enjoy it.
So, the quantity is not gross to a guy. I did it way more than I, thought it would,
No, it's not gross. Not at all.
No? Okay.
It's
All
awesome.
right.
Enjoy it.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Next weekend in Detroit.
What's that?
Sure, Detroit.
Oh, good. I'll see you in Detroit. Thank you.
Yep. Bye.
Hey, Scott in Florida. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Jim. I've been, struggling with addiction. I've been clean for almost 2 years now from drugs and alcohol, but just still, struggling with pornography and women, and just justify that as something that, hey, I'm not doing the other stuff. This isn't as bad, and I'm just really struggling with feeling convicted about that and doing what I know is the right thing.
Yeah, it's a really hard one, man. We replaced it. Some people overeat. Some people just jerk off like lab animals. That's what I tend to do. Really, really tough, to just be totally free of everything. That's why people pick up smoking or all this stuff. If it's bothering you, look, just start to work on putting down the porn and stop watching it. If it's causing you a tremendous moral dilemma or you just hate it,
I guess I don't hate it. And, but I guess I do know it's wrong. And,
well, it's wrong if it's interfering with your life and interfering with your relationships with other people. Mm-hmm. It's not wrong just to jerk off on principle, but, if it's interfering with things, and then make a move to stop it.
Yeah, well, I also justify that just because, my wife and I have children, and our sex life went from, being just this crazy, outrageous thing into, hey, we're parents now, and it just doesn't happen the same way. So I guess that's another way I justify it. I'm like, well, I'm not getting that life at home anymore. Let me at least fantasize about it.
Yeah, but if it becomes addictive, that's where it gets to be bad and isolating. And I'm telling you, dude, one of the reasons I have a hard time sleeping is when I jerk off watching porn right before bed. It fucks me up, man. It really does. Like my brain just moves faster. It's like it won't let me relax. It's really bad in that way. So, it does have definitely an effect that's not positive. So if you want to quit doing it, there's no bad effects to stopping porn. That's the worst thing. Doing it could be bad for you to keep doing it, but stopping will never be bad for you.
But the bottom line is you just got to, I guess it just got to stop. I know I want to, and I know I need to. It's a matter of doing it, just like the drugs or alcohol.
Yes. And if you're already getting ready to do it, maybe you'll do it. I've known it's been an addiction and a problem for so many years, and it's the toughest one by far.
Yep. All right. Well, I appreciate your advice, man.
Yeah. Be good. All right. Let's see. John in Virginia. What's up, John?
Hey, how's it going, Jim? How you doing?
Good.
I was calling because recently my father died from cancer. It was pretty, fucking brutal. He was one of the few people in my family that I could, kind of rely on and trust, stuff like that. But he died, and it's just kind of both sides of my family were alcoholics and smokers, and, that's kind of what I am. But I'm with, the best woman of my life, my girl now, and her family is completely health-oriented. I actually live right near them, and it's just, I'm trying to find a reason to get, I guess, out of the smoking and drinking, but it keeps coming back, man. Our sex life is great. She's into all the stuff I introduced her to, and it's just boiling it down to that, I guess. I got medication. I've tried patches, shit like that. It's just, it's hard to convince myself to do it. I think I keep just, hanging on to crap I shouldn't. But
yeah, the drinking, I would suggest before the smoking, if that's a big problem, try one at a time. Doing both would be really hard.
Okay.
Try one at a time. Try the drinking first. But if you think that there's starting to be a problem and things are good, but you can see that this is just not the way to go, then stop now so you're not having this conversation 10 years from now. Like, you don't want to waste the next 10 years doing this. So you might as well just go, you know what? It's time to stop it. And, just deal with the discomfort of it now, because eventually you're going to have to anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just do it. The cancer death is really hard, but you don't want to use that as an excuse to keep getting fucked up,
Yeah, I watched it too, man. It's awful. I definitely don't want to go like that. It's just like I see that, and then I also have, the chemical addiction that just, pushes on your brain. It's just screwing me up. But
yeah, but watching someone die of cancer will be a motivation to stop.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now you've had your motivation. You know that it does exist and it does happen, and it really, once it's past a certain point, it's unfixable. So why don't you just stop what you're doing? That's easier said than done, but the answer is very simple.
Yeah, absolutely.
You already know what you got to do.
Yeah. Well, thank you, man. I love you, dude.
Thank you, buddy. Good luck. Let's see here. Mike in Denver. What's up?
Hey, Jim. What's going on?
Mike.
Hey, Jim. Wanted to find out if you have any advice. I love going to comedy shows. So I recently here in Denver. There's a great local scene here. I'm not a comedian. I go to a couple shows. I even go to open mics, but I'd be interested in doing some booking and being an agent. How does one even start something like that?
Wow, I have no idea. I don't know. How do you become an agent? I do not know. Because comedians are going to trust people who they've worked with before or who they know has a track record. I have no idea how you'd be. Maybe work for an agency. You might have to work for an agency, a talent agency, and then you have to go and learn the ropes. You can't just think like, hey.
Yeah, in Denver there are none. That's what the comedians are complaining about. So,
well, maybe you offer someone and say, look, we don't have to sign anything. Can I make a few phone calls for you? Like, why don't you approach someone and go, look, I want to try this. You don't have a manager. I'll try to do this stuff for you, and we'll learn it together. Find someone who's kind of new.
All right, I got some people in mind. I'll call back in a month or two and let you know.
Yeah, ask them and see what they say. Like, you're not going to get an established guy, but somebody new maybe want to take the chance.
Cool, man. Hey, come back to Denver real soon. We would love having you here.
Thanks, man.
Bye-bye.
Steve in Maine, what's up? You quit everything.
Yeah, I mean, I started when I was freaking 13, man. I was a victim of sex abuse when I was a kid, and I just kicked that shit off right.
Okay.
And, I've done everything. Heroin, coke, crack. I mean, I've quit all the shit by myself. No problems. A huge alcoholic. That shit runs in my family. I have no problem with not drinking anymore.
Right.
It's fucking tobacco, man. I cannot get away from the tobacco.
It is by far the hardest. I quit smoking. I was, in 2001, I quit. I did the patch, and I did the patch the way they suggest to do the patch. There's always that temptation when we do it, like, I'm going to do it my way. But the key is just do it like the patch suggests. And you'll be surprised how well it goes for you. Don't do it for a week and then you go, I do it on my own. Just actually do it the way they suggest to do it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously not working doing it on my own because I've quit 80 times and I've started smoking again 81.
Yeah, it's a hard one, man. It's a real don't get down on yourself. It's a really hard one. But if you really want to quit, you can and you will quit.
All right, man.
All right, good luck, buddy.
Thanks.
Sure. Hey, what's up, Colin in New Jersey?
Hey, Jimmy.
How are you?
Hey, thanks for taking the call. So I have a ridiculously awesome hot wife and a 14-month-old, and I probably gained about 35 pounds in the past 2.5 years. And okay. I'll try to stay away from junk food and get off soda and everything, but I work in a deep-fried wing major restaurant.
Right.
And I'm kind of around bad food all the time, and I just don't know what else to do. Like, I want to be there when my daughter is, 15 or whatever, but I'm getting up there.
Yeah, I mean, food's a brutal one because you got to eat. Sometimes maybe that helps. Every time you go to eat a wing, just think you want to see your daughter graduate or you want to see your grandkids. For me, I found a good diet. Once I started seeing results, that's what worked for me. Once I just got to a point where I got sick of it. I just got fucking sick of it. And once you get sick of it and you start moving and you go, fuck it, I'm not going to look in the mirror every day. I'm not going to obsess about results. And then all of a sudden you'll look back a week from then, 2 weeks from then and go, oh man, I lost a couple of pounds. Did you exercise?
Not particularly. I was hit by a drunk driver about 3 years ago. So my back, I have a back of probably like a 50, 60-year-old male, and I'm 31. So it's like I can't run for a long period of time. Like, it's hard to be athletic. Like, I take pain medication and stuff like that. But it's a struggle. It's definitely not, I have not tried to make anything, even like yoga, which I heard worked, or some stuff like that. I've never really put in the effort.
Yeah, put in the effort. That's all. You got to want to do it because you're very heavy, but you can lose it. 30 pounds is doable, man. It's not that you're not morbidly obese. So before you get to that point, working in that place, maybe you can find a new job. But you already got the motivation. So go out there and just start doing it. That's the hardest part is just making myself start anything and then realizing it's going to take a little while before I see the results because I'm a quick fix junkie. But, you're already off to the right start.
All right. Thanks, brother. Be good.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Let's see here. How about Ty in Vegas?
Hey, Jimmy. How's it going, man? Thank you
Good,
for
how are
taking the
you?
call. So I've been doing stand-up for like 5 years and some change now. I just did 4 days in LA, and it was really, really good. I want to make that move. I'm ready to become professional, and I just want to know, do you have any advice for a young comic to avoid the pitfalls that I've heard of so many other guys have made the same mistakes, just thinking that they got it before they don't. What can you say to make it a little bit easier for me?
Put your career first. I mean, I don't know if you're funny or if you're going to make it, but put your career first. That's what you got to do. If you're going to go out to LA, really do it. Really go out there, really go on auditions. Don't try to build an amazing social life and just have fun and get drunk every night. Write material, tape record yourself. You know what I mean? Don't obsess with just the scene itself, but make sure that you get good and make sure that you don't get lazy and that you go out every night and do gigs and tape them, okay? That's what worked for me.
Yeah. I hit the road after my first year because Vegas just wasn't the place for it, so I kind of cut my teeth with a lot of people, and I just really want to immerse myself in a place where people better than me are doing it. Like, I really wanted to come to New York and do it, but I'm in Vegas, so it's just easier to go to L.A.
Yeah, it's a shorter drive. It's a quicker move. But, that's what I would suggest. Make sure you tape yourself and you dedicate yourself. And then even if you don't get where you want, you'll never think, I should have put more effort into it. But don't be lazy about it. That's my most important advice.
Right on, brother. Hey, I forgot what special it was you did, but the one that had the hat rack with Patrice's hat on it, man, I love that so much, man. So
thank you. Yeah, that was the end of Please Be Offended. I appreciate it.
Yeah, long live Patrice, brother. Thank you so much, man. I can't wait till you guys come back to Vegas, and I appreciate it.
Thanks very much. I appreciate it. I only got 1 minute left. Rex in Oregon. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, man? So I'll get to it quick. I love your work, by the way. I love Sabbath. You're amazing. Anyway, so I got married like almost 2 years ago, and I played in bands and I've toured and I've been all over the U.S. I've played 43 of the lower 48 states, and I've had a lot of women, a lot of sex. I was married before, and I always had this huge sex drive, and my ex-wife couldn't keep up. And then with this new girl, it's like all I have to do is just walk up and barely touch her, and it's just like immediate mount me position, It's just like she has always wanted it all the time and always down for it. But for some reason, it's like my sex drive is dropping now that I can I don't have to even try for it. Literally, I could literally walk in to the bedroom right after taking this nasty huge shit, and I'd be like, I want some sex, and she'd be ready to go, and it's just
that's something, the lack of challenge, because men tend to be hunters, so the lack of, that's why when a bear's going to eat you, they say play dead, you know what I mean, because he won't be interested. Half of it is the hunt. Males like the hunt, and a lot of times when we have what we think we wanted, we are like, I'm bored, it's no challenge. But if she started holding back on the pussy, so, I don't know, maybe you have to talk to her about it, or maybe you have to do a little role play or something like that.
Yeah, because we talk all the time, and we have a great relationship. We're best friends, It's awesome. I married my best friend. She's amazing. We were great friends before we even started dating, and it's just one of those things where it's just I'm nervous that if I don't keep up with her sex drive, that she's going to eventually cheat on me, because I know I'm never going to cheat on this woman. I'm, fat, hairy, disgusting, nasty, bloated piece of shit, and she's 7 years younger than me and amazingly hot and sexy, and
How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Maybe you should have your testosterone checked, and then it's probably nothing wrong with it, but get it checked to make sure. And then just think about what you really want sexually from her. That's what I have to do sometimes. Because men are taught that we're supposed to always want to fuck, and that's just not the case. So maybe really sit down and go, what do I want when I fuck this woman? Do I want to be dirty, or do I want her to slap my face? Do I want her to hold out? Do I want her to dominate me? Think about what you really want, and then see if you can get her to do it. You know what I mean? Because just pussy being available all the time, most guys wouldn't want that as much as we say we would. I got to run, man. I'm already running late. I apologize for not giving you more time.
No, it's all right, man. I love your work, and I hope to see you soon. You should come to Oregon and play some live shows, man.
Thanks so much, buddy. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to The Jim Norton Show. Hear all that advice whenever you want to on demand at SiriusXM.com/on-demand. On SiriusXM is real.